Hey guys, it's Nick here, and as I promised, I'm going to rant about DLC. If you don't know what DLC is, no, not TLC, the TV channel. This is DLC, downloadable content. So, that's pretty much what every game is nowadays. It's not even DLC anymore. The games are fucking downloaded onto your computer. You don't install it from a floppy disk or a fucking CD anymore. Nope, it's all done through the internet. Oh boy, have I got a lot to talk about? Do I have a lot to talk about? Yeah. Okay. First off, I like owning a physical copy of the game. Okay. You know why? You want to know why? This computer's going to go out someday. So far, it's been running pretty good for a few years. I've had it for a few years, but when it goes out, which could be any fucking time now, guess what? I'm gonna have to reinstall the game. Let's say, for example, I purchased Left 4 Dead 2. Okay, I want to be able to play it like when I reinstall Windows on another computer, right? So I can't do that because this other computer doesn't work with the internet. Now I know you're like, well, what kind of computer that can run Left 4 Dead 2 can't run the internet? Well, we're just metaphorically talking because I'm sure there's some computers in the world that are like that. So I can't play the game now because I can't log into Steam or anything. Now, yeah, I personally use Steam. I have a shit ton of games on there, I won't lie. But I would much rather own the game. Then, I remember at Best Buy, the same one that I got an autograph from Alice in Chains from, I bought Team Fortress 2 there for $20 because I had a gift card, and I hated Best Buy gift cards especially because they're so fucking expensive. Because a $20 gift card there is like a $1 gift card. I mean, shit's expensive there. But anyways, so I used my gift card and I buy the game, and I bring it home and I play it. I didn't really like it, so I haven't really played it in a long time. I heard that there were supposed to be bots in the game, and then I couldn't ever find a way to turn them on, so I stopped playing because I can't find a normal fucking server anymore. This is why I play Counter-Strike with bots only, because it's just a normal server, no modded shit or anything like that. Anyways, so then they changed the game into a free-to-play game. However, you have to pay actual money in order to play the fucking game. Now, am I the only one who thinks that's the most fucking retarded idea that has ever been in the video game industry? I've seen some shitty games and I've thought, wow, they had some really bad ideas there. But at least you got to play it for free or whatever. I mean, you bought the game once and that was it. Oh god, that leads me to another thing, but I'm gonna get to that later. The demons inside me are raging. The gaming demons, anyways. So why would you make a game like that? Okay, I purchased $20. I paid $20 for the game, and now you're just saying, "Oh, well, now it's free to play." I want my fucking $20 back. I'm not gonna lie. I would like my money back. Okay, if the game's free to play, and yeah, before anyone says yes, I just mentioned that yeah, you have to pay for items and shit, but that's fucking unfair. Okay, items should be something like it should be the way the game was before. You unlock stuff, whether it's just random or whatever, you should be able to unlock stuff. You shouldn't have to pay to get something. And even if they do had this feature or whatever, you should be able to do both. Like just be able to unlock something, and if you really want the item really bad, then okay, maybe you have to pay for it. But I still think that's a stupid ass idea. Stupid ass idea. It's as stupid as it's as stupid of an idea as Bill and Ted on the NES. Okay. I mean, no one wants that. I don't want to fucking pay. When I buy a game, I only want to pay for it once and then play. I don't ever play. I don't ever pay games. I don't ever play games where I have to pay more than once to play it. Like World of Warcraft. My dad, used to play that. He said he's quit. I don't know if that's true. People who say they quit World of Warcraft is kind of the same thing as a drug addict saying they quit drugs. But seriously. Why would I want to play a game where I have to keep fucking paying out of my pocket in order to continue playing? That is ridiculous. Unless I'm at the fucking arcades, I shouldn't have to pay more than once to play a game. I know someone probably already typed, and well, what about arcade games? Yeah, arcade games are one thing, I didn't buy the machine or anything, Yeah, and even if I did, I can set it to free play mode. And of course, that's how arcades make money. You pay to play the games. That's fine. But even then, the companies that buy those arcades, they don't have to pay for them once, and that's it. They never have to pay for them again. I mean, yeah, maybe the occasional, mechanic or whatever if it's having a problem, but that's about it. I mean, there's not really much else to it. They get money from that shit, okay? And that's the thing. Blizzard Entertainment and Valve apparently think they're an arcade company now because they're making pretty much arcade versions of these games. I mean, if you have to fucking pay to play them, And yeah, that's another thing. That's another paradox. Free to play, but you have to pay to play because you have to pay to buy certain weapons and shit. So it's not really free to play. It's like free to download, but you have to pay in order to play it. And it's like, fuck that. Now, another thing is a while back, when I kept getting fucking Best Buy gift cards, I used one on Grand Theft Auto 4. Okay, I was about to enjoy the game. It took me probably like half an hour to install the game. It came on 4 fucking discs. So, I installed the game only for it to tell me that in order to save my game, I need a fucking Windows Live account. And I just said, fuck this, and I threw the game out. Like, seriously, I threw it in the trash. There's no point. What's the point of playing a game that I can't really play? And I tried registering the key through Steam, but it didn't work, because I know they have, or at least they had Grand Theft Auto 4 on there. I mean, I played the game a little bit, and I thought it was fucking awesome. But I decided one day, okay, fine, I'm going to try getting a Windows Live account. And after I register, it says, I get the page cannot be displayed shit. And this was back when I was using Internet Explorer. I don't use that shit anymore. But, so I try to register again, but then it says, the email's already been used. I never got a notification. And when I try to sign in or, click forget password, it doesn't know my username. So it's like, fuck this. Fuck it. Oh my god. I remember when games came out in one variation, they were only released once, and they were complete. And this is where, okay, now I need to let out my gaming demons, because this is what I was going to talk about. Patch games. Okay, what the fuck is this? Patch Adams? I don't fucking think so. These game developers think they can release broken games now because they're like, well, worst comes to worst, we just patch it later. What the fuck is wrong with you? If you're gonna release a game, release it without bugs, or as little bugs as possible. Okay? Look at Skyrim. I never played the game, but Silent Rob was writing about it, and I don't have any reason to doubt him. He said there were unkillable dragons and backwards flying dragons. Like, what the fuck? And all because Skyrim just had to release it, or Bethesda had to release the game on 11/11/11. That was the only reason. Okay? So I guess on 12/12/12, someone should have released, a broken fucking game. And here's what I don't get, okay? Five Nights at Freddy's, you look at this game, and by the way, no, I'm not fanboying over the game. I already talked about how repetitive the game is, but that was programmed by one person. One person, and you see how many glitches are in there? Barely any, okay? Or at least I haven't seen any. There's probably some that I don't know about, but as far as, things like where you don't have to exploit the game to get glitches, I mean, there's barely any glitches in the game that I can see. But a game like Skyrim is done by a shit ton of people, yet it's fucking glitch ridden. How the fuck does that make sense? Why is it that one person programs a game and it's fine, but a billion people program a game and then it's fucking broken? Is it just, an organization? There's too many programmers or something? Then some of the programs are messing with other programmers' source code? I mean, what the fuck is going on? Why is the game so fucking broken? Then, Left 4 Dead 2, there were some nice little glitches I'd like to exploit, and then they fucking fixed them, because they have to fucking ruin it, because it's such a big deal if you cheat to complete a campaign. And even then, okay, so I'm going to talk about an example. the Dark Carnival campaign, there was a part where you could actually jump up onto the roller coaster tracks without actually having to start the alarm. And of course, they patched that. Motherfuckers, I already beat the game. And even if someone else didn't, or if I didn't, it's just a fucking game. Who the fuck cares? Because the level after that has a part that's pretty damn tough. So even if I get past that, and even then, with enough practice, you can get past the roller coaster part, no problem. And if you have Boomer Ball, you can just fucking throw it, and that's it. I personally save it for the level after that. And the funny thing is, I haven't even played Left 4 Dead 2 in a long time. But then the elevator glitch in No Mercy is still there, both in Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Then, to make matters worse, the fucking talk commands, you could like bind your keys so like you press a certain key and your character will say something, from the audio clips in the game. They fucking took that out too, which is fucking bullshit. So what if I want to keep saying don't be an ass, Francis? If people don't like it, they can fucking kick me, okay? So what the fuck is the problem? And even then, if you press the key, like the period key or whatever, you get the text, you get the dialogue boxes. So what the fuck's the point? And that's the thing. That's how people have been getting around it. They just use the dialogue box and just change out the audio files. So what was the point of that? What was the point of, removing the binding, voice thing? I mean, what the fuck was the point of that? Because I could just do it another way. I'm personally not gonna fuck with the game like that, but what the fuck? Let's see, fucking complaining about shit is getting me tired. Fuck. But I can't believe this shit, okay? Again, I'm just gonna show you guys some, if I can find it here. Okay. This right now. This game utilizes 3D, okay? For Game Boy, that's pretty damn innovative. And guess what? That game was only released how many times? Once. It was never patched or anything. It was released once. Why can't game developers do that nowadays? Just because you guys have the fucking patch thing? I mean, you guys have the fucking patch system? I'm losing faith in video games. Maybe this is why I'm going into music more than video games, because there's still some hope for the music industry, but, I mean, there's not much, but there is some. But the video game industry, I think I'm losing my faith completely, okay? I mean, there's not a whole lot good anymore. There are some good games out there, of course. There's some good ones, but the shitty ones far outweigh the good ones, okay? Because these game developers think they can just fucking release, broken piles of shit, and they're like, well, worst case scenario, we'll fucking patch it. We'll patch it. We'll patch it. They even make it so you can do it on consoles. It's like, that cannot be the rule, okay, guys? When you make a game, you have to make sure it's complete before you release it. Can we go back to that? Can we fucking go back to that? I would love it if we could go back to that. You have to make sure the game is bug-free or with little bugs as possible before you release the game. You can't fucking release a fucking Action 52 quality game, okay? You have to make sure it doesn't play like Action 52 in order to release it. I'm not even joking. It should be a fucking law. A fucking law, because it technically is too, because they released a game and it's broken as shit. You could probably report false advertising or some shit. I mean, you can get away with the law in the U.S. I just can't believe what this world has gone to when it comes to the video game industry. That was both a yawn and a sigh. Because again, I'm losing my faith. What the fuck, okay? And again, this is why I stick with the classics. The fucking classics, like the Famicom. You know why? This fucking game that's in this fucking thing right now, this game, guess what? They had to program it and make sure it worked before they fucking released it, okay? That's what you game developers needed. Did you game developers know that? Did you know that these games that you grew up with were programmed in one shot? Like, they had to be released, as a fixed game. Like, They couldn't just patch it. They couldn't release it with another patch, or a patch for the patches patch, or the patches patch. Did you guys know that? I just want you to take a good look at this game. I mean, I don't want to second guess you or anything, but I just want you to look at this game and just know that it was done in one take. Okay? Just throwing that out there. And not to mention, a crap ton of people programmed this game too. Like, I'd say 10 people. Which isn't much compared to now, but back then, it was a big deal. And back then, that's another thing too. Like, going back to, the games being developed by one person or better. Back then, the games were simplistic when it came to the staff. Like, you'd have a producer, a programmer, a graphic artist, and a sound designer. And that was pretty much it. Maybe a tester. Now, you have so many people working on games, like, senior composer, lead composer, main composer, theme music composer, fart composer. I mean, and then, like, assistant producer, associate producer, executive producer. I mean, what the fuck is with the roles? They're the same exact thing, okay? Jesus, man. Wow. I can't believe it. I just can't fucking believe that games have turned out like this. I mean, maybe I'm retarded or something, but is it true that these new games are better than the old games? Like, these ones that are released as broken pieces of shit, they just get patched, and then they're okay? Man, I don't know. I don't know where I'd come up with something so... stupid, ridiculous, fucking a putrid idea. But maybe that's it. Maybe these games are supposed to be broken. Okay? Maybe that's what the kids like these days. They like broken ass Call of Duty. And I didn't say duty, I said duty. Because that's all the fucking Call of Duty games are. I played the one on fucking GameCube. Wipe my ass on it, okay? Wipe my fucking ass on it. You want to see? I think it's wedged between my ass somewhere. If you guys want to see, let's take a good look. It's probably up there somewhere, right? I take down my pants and shit, but some guys are probably gonna vomit. Others might whack off to me. I don't know. Hopefully not. But then also, nudity on YouTube apparently is not allowed. So I just thought maybe it was sticking out of my pants or something. But I shoved that game up my ass a long time ago because I thought that's where it belonged. And maybe I shot it out, though. I don't know. But point is, I don't like games that are released broken. I like games that are released that work. I'm speaking slowly so these game developers can understand. Because apparently they do not understand releasing a fixed game. And one last thing. I understand that nowadays it's harder to program a game, technically, because, all the 3D and the physics you have to program. I understand that. But guess what? That's why C++ exists. Because it's easier for programmers to use. And that's another thing. Back in the day, these games were programmed in assembly languages or machine code, which was harder because you didn't have as much to work with. And I've seen 3D programmed on the NES. And that's the thing. If they could program 3D on the Game Boy and the NES and make it look good, why can't they do it nowadays with a shit ton of programmers? I just don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't know. I'm losing my faith in the video game community. And again, maybe this is why I'm moving on to music. But so just my 2 cents. Maybe I'll do a part 2, maybe I won't. Depends on how I feel. Just thought I'd give you guys my 2 cents. Leave your 2 cents. in the comments below. I do appreciate free money, so when I can get it, So see you guys later. Peace out.